morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I'm sending this video log out to the student body. Okay, students, I'm sending this out to the Linux class, but I am also going to send it to the Windows class because I feel that I need to tell both of these classes exactly what's the plan for them to prosper in the IT industry. You know that you are working with Linux Essentials and also Windows Client Pro. These are two of the most powerful operating systems in this country. Now, let's get started with the Linux Essentials because I need to make sure you guys understand what you are venturing off into. First thing is you see a selection of our degrees in the CNS department. You should be checking your degree status to make sure you understand where you at. You see that we have networking, security, end user support, and Linux. Let's talk about the Linux certificate. Now, this is a certificate that you will receive, but it consists of 4 classes. One class that you can see is a 1 credit hour because that class is getting you ready for a certification. And we're going to talk about the certification later. But as you can see, we partner up with another department, CIS, CNS, and we work together to make sure that you get this skill set. So if you're in Linux Essential, your next step should be Linux 1, and then you should be in Linux 2 and getting ready to sit for your certification. If you need help on the certification, please reach out to me because it's important. Now, the Windows students are going to be saying, well, Professor, why did you send CNS 110 this information? Because if you don't know Linux, and you should, it'll be hard for you to be in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is one of the dominating fields in the IT industry. And yes, you need to know Linux if you're going to level your game up. Anybody who's in cybersecurity will tell you you need to know Linux. But in overall IT, knowing Linux is a plus because now you can dig deeper into the systems. So if you're in Windows Client Pro, you got one part of the entire operating system, but you also need to have the second part, which is Linux. Now, these are the learning outcomes that you should come away after completing these 3 courses. You should know how to do all this. If I ask you how to install, reinstall, and upgrade and remove packages, you should know. If I say the word packages, you should know what that is. Okay, so let's go take a look at your actual course. Now, we had a little problem this week in the courses. What happened was when you go into your D2L class, you will notice that there was a particular problem with getting your coursework completed. Get you guys prepared and ready to do your coursework. And that was simply moving your work from one place to another place. So I took your exams and put them in here. So when you log in here, you will see Chapter 1, Chapter 2 exam, which is according to the syllabus, Chapter 3 exam, and you will see Module 1 exam. So I call the chapter exams quizzes in here so you'll understand, but these are the things that should be completed this week. I know today is Saturday, but if you've been dutiful on top of your work, you know that you just have to go in here and knock these exams out. Because when you log into the class, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, when you log into the class, you will notice that you can't do the chapter exams in the class. So let's go look at that. Okay, so I'm in the class, and I'm in the class like a student. And what you can see here is this is your course. This is pretty much how you would see it. You have your grades, you have your assignments and all that. But this is what I'm talking about. When you go do Chapter 2 exam and you click on it, you're going to notice something real freaky is going to happen. And it never happened like this before. And I'm reaching out to the actual people in NDG to get this fixed. But I don't have time to play games. So it says you have to have an LMS. Well, we never had an LMS with NDG. So I don't know why they did that, but it has caused problems for you to do your exams. So instead of me beating around the bush, I have a policy of no excuses. I don't believe in excuses. I believe in taking care of the work. So what did I do? I simply went in here and moved your exams inside of your chapters. So this is where your chapter exams are. I call them quizzes in here. And this is where your module exams are. So make sure before the end of this week, you knock these two out. You already know you have to do them. Just make sure they complete it. I'm sending you this right now. Okay, so I am still talking to the individuals inside of NDG, but they slow, and I don't do slow. So with that being said, I am going to reevaluate NDG and for the next upcoming semesters to see if I have any potential problems. And if I do, I am going to go with another vendor. I am choosing the best vendors because I want you to have the best skills and the best talent when you leave here. One of the things I've learned in hiring people in the industry is that if you don't have the best people trained, they can't produce the best product. And I've noticed that people come in and they're not trained correctly. But with that said, another reason I like NDG is because the Linux program is connected to a program that I love well. It's called the Linux Professional Institution. This is where you'll get your first certification. As you see, it says Linux Essentials, and it gives you a breakdown of everything about the certification. It is not a hard certification. It's only 40 questions, and that is a certification that is recognized worldwide. It's the first one. Now, you do have your CompTIA Plus, but look at these certifications, people. Linux Essentials, Security Essentials, Web Development Essentials, Open Source Essentials. Then you go into the big dogs, Professional Certifications, LPIC-1. Anywhere you go with this certification, they know you know Linux. And these Linux certifications are powerful. So I want to make sure you get really adapt to this certification. If a student can leave with Linux Essentials and this one here, I feel proud. I feel real proud. I have accomplished something. But let me stop. Okay. And you can see this certification goes deep. When you get a chance, take a look at it. Okay. Now, people, I want to go back to the coursework, and I want to make sure that every one of you understand what you need to have completed by Sunday. I'm going to send you this video log, but I'm sending it to both classes. Don't worry, Windows Client Server or Windows CNS 110. I will be sending you a video log too. I just wanted to show you the breakdown of the certification and what classes a person need. Now, we have these classes open for the second part of the semester, so make sure you follow them, because if you don't jump in, guess what? You have to wait till next semester. And we want to make sure that you get this certificate and that you sit for your certification. Okay, so let's go back to the coursework. You're going to see me also start doing the work myself. So I want to make sure people follow up. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in here and pretty much tomorrow, which will be Sunday, send you the breakdown of how I need you to do your first labs. Now, I see some people doing labs, but to those of you who doing labs, they don't actually kick in until next week. So make sure you watch my lab videos, because I need it that way. You have some assignments that you will have to put them labs in. This week you don't have anything, but next week you will be dropping them in here. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to send this out to you guys. Watch it, study it, because you need to know it. And to my Windows 10 people, I'm going to send you a breakdown of what you need to do.